How's it, Aloha gang, and welcome to High Now Daily. I'm Kainoa Carlson. Today we are live on the island of Maui, and right now the Valley Isle is just showing out a beautiful sun that is out over here. Guests enjoying the pool. Right now we're live at the Outrigger Ka'anapali Beach Resort, and so much work has gone in to enhance experiences that are over here and available to our guests. We're starting out over here on the lawn, which is just steps away from the pool, but if we swing the camera actually that way as well, you're going to see your steps away from these new signature rooms that just recently got completed over here. So today we're getting a full tour of the resort, and we've got a lot to get to. And for that, we want to introduce our very first guest sitting down with us to talk story. This is Evelyn Chang, the resort manager. Aloha, Evelyn.
Aloha. How are you?
Very excited, Evelyn. High Now is very excited to be back over here at this property. We've been here previously, but this is a new experience for us. Tell us about the work that's been taking place, sir.
Kainoa, it's just been awesome. First of all, we are in a magnificent location. We are in the heart of Ka'anapali, 3 miles, a 3-mile stretch of white sandy beach. Here, golfing is world-class shopping, steps away, and you know, Outrigger has embarked in a whole refresher project here at the hotel. So, as you can see, we are sitting here in our newly refreshed signature room.
Okay, Evelyn, we've been here previously. This is our first time in the signature room. So tell us about it and what was the approach to this, because it feels so homey.
You know, it is ocean inspired.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, speaking to the calm and beauty of our island home here on Maui. A place where you can unplug, relax, kick your feet up, and just meditate. That's what we want for our guests. We want this to be your home away from home. And you know, our artwork done by local artists.
So how is that? So do local collaborations take place with the resort and just artists on island?
Yes, and of course, the Outrigger Ka'anapali Beach Resort is the home of hula.
Right.
It is the home of hula, and of course, the throw pillow there represents our island flowers, the beauty, the vibrance of the island, and of course, you know, sandy beaches. And around the corner, our lamps are seashells. And of course, you know, this reflects the calm of the ocean.
It does. And what I really like as well, Evelyn, is just kind of the layout. Even as we sit here and kind of talk story, you have this walk down area. You can enjoy breakfast, Pu'uhona time with the family, and you're just steps away from the pool on the outside.
Exactly. And beautiful sunsets. Beautiful sunsets. So if you have had enough sunshine, come indoors. This is your home away from home. Kick up your feet, meditate, or walk out to Maui Brewing Company for a local craft beer.
Oh, we're going to go check them out a little later,
yes,
Evelyn. We know they're over there as well. And we got big time deals for Kama'aina taking place as well. Yeah, rates starting right around $200 for the Kama'aina.
Yes, and no daily resort fee and a discount on parking.
So how do people get more information about that, Evelyn?
Outrigger.com, and we are in Ka'anapali.
We're so excited to be here. Evelyn, thank you so much. You know, what's been so fantastic about stepping into this property as well, from the moment High Now arrived, we were greeted by the staff, welcome home. And that's truly what it feels like for us over here today, Evelyn. We're so happy to be here.
Thank you. And you know, we are special. We are known as Maui's most Hawaiian hotel. And with that, Kainoa, comes big kuleana.
Big time kuleana.
Big time kuleana. Our host must live it, breathe it, teach it. And you know, our mantra here is to turn their Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories and to make this their home away from home.
We love it, Evelyn. Thank you, and mahalo nui. That's going to do it for us right now, but stay with us. We got much more coming up. Right now, we're going to send things over to Lauren Taruya, who is live in Wailuku. How's it?
speaking of those incredible special vibes that you've got going on there, Kainoa, I have it right here. I'm on Market Street in Wailuku, Maui, and this place is so special. There is food, art, music right across the street, but if you are looking for where all this wondery is, it's right here in Paradise Now. We're gonna go on inside and meet the owner, creator, artiste behind all this beauty. We got Jackie Sabato Itel. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, this place is absolutely incredible. I'm wearing one of your designs right now, and I can just
so
tell
good in
you how good it feels, but also how truly special it is. I want to ask you, what really inspired you to create Paradise Now?
I am born and raised on Maui, and I think just living on Maui and the colors of just the island lifestyle. And also I think a lot of my art is inspired by all the beautiful wahine of Hawaii that are my friends and, is truly special to Hawaii is like.
Absolutely, and I feel like I can see some of my friends in your artwork. But speaking of what we're seeing right now, do you mind giving us a bit of a home tour? There's a lot to get through. So what do we have in Paradise Now?
So these here are made by my sister, a Maui Day Creations, and she hand prints every single bag, hand sews every one, 100% here on Maui. She also does a vintage collection.
That is too cute. Oh my gosh.
So cute, a Maui
Look at that.
Day. You can find her at Made in Hawaii Festival in store. We also have her products online.
But of course, right here in store.
Yeah, and we have so I'm gonna take you around and show you we have over 50 local makers from all the islands in store.
Incredible.
So we have everything from hot sauces to honey to Maui rainbow tea, Maui cocktail kits, all small family-run businesses.
And this is perfect for anyone that is traveling to Maui, want to bring back stuff for their family.
Yeah, we try to be like, we opened this store like March of 2020, so right when the state shut down. And it kind of shifted us to being like more local centric and really honing into our town of Wailuku and trying to have, reasonably priced items made for local people as well. So one of our favorites, Keiki Kao Kao, and this is a Maui-based business, Itsy Bitsy Keiki. Those always sell really quickly, and we have all these products online as well.
So cute, and that's not it. There's more, right?
Of course. Some of our favorites, of course, Jewels and Gem. Everybody loves Jewels and Gem. Ha'a and Co. Uabadi, Artful Sense. She's based on Maui Baldwin High graduate.
I really love how much you prioritize supporting local and truly local businesses right here in Maui.
Yeah, because we opened in the middle of COVID, it was kind of like, okay, how can we do something for ourselves and, also be inspired to make art, but also how can I actually support our community while I'm doing that? I have this huge space and nothing but time. So every single small business that came in and was like, hey, can I sell my products in your store? I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot.
I love that. And so if anyone also maybe is online or not living here in Hawaii or even in Maui, are there ways that they can buy your products?
Oh yeah, all online, shopparadisenow.com.
All right, well, make sure you go to her website. If you're not here on Maui, you can shop online, but we have a whole section that we'll be covering, so make sure you stay with us. We got more fashion, more incredible finds right here in Paradise Now. You're watching Hi Now Daily. We'll be right back. Look at this dress. I'm feeling so good.
You look great.
Aloha and welcome back to High Now Daily. In today's segment of Money Moves, We Got You, we're discussing the Pu'uhona Homestead Project in Waikapu, Maui, and the partnership with the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and Central Pacific Bank. And joining me is Kathy Camp, and we have Jack Dowling. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for coming in from Maui today, Jack. I know we're talking about Maui. Our friends are there. Lauren and Kainoa are in Maui, so I appreciate you coming in and joining us here on Oahu today. All right, well, let's start off with this project, the Pu'uhona project that's been going on in Maui. Some incredible things happening out there. If you would kick us off with what the project is.
Absolutely. So Pu'uhona Homestead is a housing development in Waikapu, Maui, and it's being done in partnership with the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and Central Pacific Bank as our lead lender. And so we're actually really excited about the project because it's the first DHL turnkey project on Maui in 17 years.
Wow.
And so it consists of 161 lots, of which 137 will be affordable single-family homes specifically for DHL beneficiaries, who in many instances have been waiting decades for a home.
Wow, this is very exciting because I know that there has been many people on this list waiting for a very long time. I'm talking decades waiting.
Decades.
And so what was it like when you're at this point and they are now announcing all the names who are now going to get this plot of land to work with and to ultimately have their families move in and live?
Yeah, I mean, it was a deeply emotional experience. And seeing the optimism and the enthusiasm from people who finally have their names called and get to select a home at Pu'uhona. I mean, we had one family share with us that had it not been for this project and the department, they were faced with the decision to leave Maui in 3 to 6 months. And so it's those types of stories that I really think highlight the impact of the work and the project and just providing home ownership and the opportunity to stay in Hawaii.
Very cool. And then I wanted to move over and ask you, for Central Pacific Bank to be a part of this project, what does that mean to you folks at the bank and for the project in general?
We are so humbled to be able to participate in this opportunity. You know, getting housing for Hawaii's people is a cornerstone of the bank. It's been part of what we were founded on 70 years ago. And seeing those people, their tears of joy, the excitement, and the sense of relief, because there they would have the families would have homes for generations to come, which was fantastic. We are honored to be able to be a part of this project. And to help out, we understand that housing's tough in Hawaii, right?
Absolutely.
It's really really a shame that it's come to this so much. But what we try to do is we provide a $10,000 housing credit for those who finance with us, and we couple that with DHHL's $10,000 grant. So a home buyer would get $20,000 to pay to either their down payment or credit for closing costs, which can amount to 15% of their closing costs, which is significant for many home buyers.
Wow, so you folks are giving the $5,000 credit and then they're coming in with DHHL with another
grant.
$5,000. Wow, that's incredible for that down for closing costs, which can be very expensive. So any bit helps. And this partnership between you folks has been going on for some time, but specifically for this project, I wanted to ask you about the housing gap and how this is helping to bridge that.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that Maui is facing a housing crisis as the rest of the state is. And a UHERO report got released just recently that shared that despite all of the efforts going into building new homes, the housing supply for workforce families is actually on a downward trend. And so this project is fulfilling the promise of providing quality homes on DHHL land to minimize the cost burden for local families.
And then I wanted to ask about the design. You were talking about how you folks broke ground back in November, and the first home is going to be ready next month, mid-June.
Yep.
June.
That's incredible. Okay, so let's talk about the design. I know with resiliency in mind, you guys are doing some incredible things out there in Waikapu.
Yeah, so we've been working on DHL projects since 2002. And over that 20-year partnership, we've really focused and prioritized building for resiliency and for the future. And so our projects are designed to account for and mitigate risks for flooding, wildfires, and other climate-related impacts. But we also spend a lot of time thinking about how families' needs change over time. So for example, our layouts focus on generational living, supporting kapunas and kapunas aging in place, as well as families having the optionality to adapt and expand their home options over time as their families grow.
Yeah, in Hawaii, you know, it's very common to see families of all different generations living together because it is so expensive to live here. So having that option to expand and have this place where that they can grow with their families throughout the years is incredible. Yeah. And then before we go, I wanted to ask the last question, the partnerships. How, like, just tell me a little bit about why this isn't so important to have partnerships like this that are working with these projects.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a village.
I was going to say, it takes a village.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
And I mean, CPB, Central Pacific Bank, is the lead lender, has just been absolutely incredible for both the project, supporting the project, but also for the homeowners, many of whom are first-time homeowners. Mm-hmm. So everything from providing the mortgages to start to finish services, to help guide them through this mortgage process, which oftentimes is scary and daunting, and make it a lot easier. Yeah. So in addition to the services, providing that those grants and credits to help bring down the cost of housing, as well as sourcing external funds to help bring the homes to even more affordable levels. CPB has just been an incredible partner. And also, this project would not be possible without the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and state legislatures, who, without their efforts, we wouldn't be able to move 137 families into homes, the first of which is next month.
Wow, that just gave me chicken skin. 137 families going into these homes that were much needed for all of those that were waiting on the list for a very, very long time. This is like mega for them. So thank you so much for joining me today. And people wanted to get services from Central Pacific Bank website, they wanted to talk to you.
Yes, absolutely. Just, you can look on our website, www.cpb.bank.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today. We're gonna have the details on HiNowDaily.com as well. We are gonna take a quick break and we'll be back with more of Hi Now Daily. Mahalo.
Mahalo, thank you.
How's it, aloha gang, and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Back here live on the island of Maui at Outrigger Ka'anapali Beach Resort. Our next guest took her talent for singing, performed on stages around the world representing Hawaii, and now she's helping others to do the same. Welcome in, Amy Hanaiali'i. Mahalo nui for being here.
Aloha, thank you for having me.
Okay, very excited, and we're going to have a live performance coming up here in just a little bit. But for people who don't know, Hawaii to the World, Maui Calls. What's taking place with that?
Well, it's an amazing talent show. You need to get your submissions in by May 29th. At hawaiiancouncil.org/auditions, and it's everything, every talent. It's like if you want to become a chef, if you want to become a singer, if you want to become a fashion designer, if you want to become a storyteller. And it's all, if you just hop on there and see what you would qualify for, it's an amazing talent show.
Very cool. And so we're talking locally, nationally, and even internationally, kind of going around. And do people come in? It's an audition process?
It's an audition process. You upload your video. I think it's less than 5 minutes, and you upload your video, and then all the judges. So it's me, Lehua Kalimo from the Leo Pu'uhona, Patrick Mukuakane from San Francisco, Kumuhina Wong, Sean Pimentel, and we all judge it. And then we're going to have our final one here on Maui at the MAC on June 29th.
Holy cow, very
live
exciting.
performance.
Now, as someone who, again, has performed all over the world, how unique of an opportunity is this to really bring the talents of Hawaii to the world, but giving people this platform?
Well, I know that it was really important to Center for Native Hawaiian Advancement that we do Maui first because of the fires, and aloha everyone. It's been a very tough time here, and so we really wanted to do it here first. So how amazing is that?
Oh, wow. Very excited. But submissions are coming up quick. One more time on the dates.
So May 29th, you need to submit your video at hawaiiancouncil.org/auditions. And then the Maui show at the Maui Arts and Culture Center, which is huge. It's going to be a little bit nervous, but it's pretty big.
That's a venue
That
right
one's
there.
going to be on June 29th. Yeah.
Okay, and that's how you apply. And then how about for yourself, upcoming performances? Where can people see you next?
I'm going to Nagoya Festival next week, and I'm playing Blue Note Ibisu on May 26th. But we are doing this show on every island, so it's an amazing experience for all of Hawaii, and then we're taking it to Japan.
Very exciting. Now, again, to apply for Hawaii Calls, Hawaii to the World Maui Calls, make sure you head to the website to apply submissions. Coming up quick. As we head to break, Amy, would you bless us with a song?
Sure.
Very exciting.
Only if you dance hula.
Stay
You
with
dance
us on High Now
hula?
Daily Live.
No,
here
not
in
gonna
Maui.
dance hula. You dance hula? No? Anyone?
You don't want me to.
Come on, girls. Aloha, aloha, liba, akuhome, aloha. Aloha, aloha, liba, akuhome, aloha. Pu'ino, pu'aena, kaehukai, hamanamana. Pu'ino, pu'aena, kaehukai, hamanamana. Yeehaw! Up in Haleiwa at the Sugar Bar, we dance music underneath the stars. By the open edition in Wailua Sound, Mokule is where we fool around. Kila kila haliba, kahale kipa o namalimi. Kila kila haliba, kahale kipa o namalimi. Hi there, everyone. Haina mai kapuana,
Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Now we are still in Wailuku, Maui here at Paradise Now, and we didn't get through all the clothes, so I have to show you this section. All these shirts have amazing prints, and I have to feature this one. It's like probably my favorite. It's called Bimeo, the brand, and you'll find it all over the store because Bailey actually works here. She has a number of her prints out here, so make sure you check that out. But also, so many options for the Kane Aloha shirts. They got some dry fit type shirts over here. So really there is something for everyone. Of course, look, I've changed. There's a wonderful Wahine section, and here to talk all about it, we're gonna go back with Jackie.
Hello again.
And it's fashion show time, right? We got some lovely ladies here today. Do you mind walking us through what the designs are?
Yeah, so this is my Endless Mauna print. It's in our t-shirt dress. And it's
cute.
100% rayon, so super comfy, perfect for the summertime, made in a flowy fit. And this is one of our newest prints. It's the Valley print. And this one is actually based from a painting I did, but this is our vintage maxi style. It has pockets. It really is a great fit for any age.
That is always a key, right? When you have pockets in a dress, it's like a secret hack.
Yeah, absolutely. And in Hawaii, we need it to be like breathable, easy wear fabrics. We also have some these are great for the summertime. This is our cotton linen sleeveless dress.
Feel.
This is great for work because you can just put a little cardigan over it.
So I have to ask you, when you're transitioning from art to fashion or integrating the two, did you have a vision for who would be wearing this or who it was for?
I mean, I think first and foremost, I do make things for myself.
Yeah, that is fair.
And then of course I think about, because the nice thing about having a storefront is that I am able to hear back from our customers, see what moves better than other things. And I definitely do take in perspective the customers that come in every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I love is just how many different fabrics there are,
Yeah.
different prints. They're really, even this hoodie, how cute is this? There really just seems to be something for everyone as far as styles go.
Yeah, quite eclectic, but yet I still, because I'm from Maui, I still do really try to take into account where I'm from and be inspired by things that are so unique to Hawaii. So
I can absolutely see and feel that. And one thing was my favorite part about talking to you earlier is you were like, this shirt is inspired by this painting on the wall and that one over there. So it's really cool that when people are wearing your designs, it's actually art that started on a canvas.
yeah, absolutely. Like this one here is from an art piece up on that wall, and it's just fun. It makes it so that it's unique, and it's something that is unique to Maui, definitely.
Absolutely. And a little birdie told me, of course, we love people coming here down to Maui, but I heard that you're also expanding a little to Oahu potentially.
Yeah, so I'm actually, this store is going to be staying here and I'll be coming back and forth here, but we are moving to Oahu, so we're going to be doing some events over there. I'm going to be at the Haleiwa Arts Festival as one of their featured artists, and yeah, hopefully Made in Hawaii Festival, and as a Maui girl, I still have to learn all the Oahu things. So,
I'll be there for you, girl. I got you.
I'm on Instagram, and that's kind of where I'll be saying where we'll be at.
Perfect. So yeah, if anyone wants to follow your journey as you continue to grow your ohana, where do they find you and follow you?
Well, for now online, but yeah, we're gonna be living close to town, so we'll be nearby everything.
All
so,
right.
yeah.
Well, make sure to go to our website, of course, to shop, and to their Instagram to follow. I'm going to toss things over to Kainoa. How you doing?
Mahalo nui, Lauren. We're back over here live at Outrigger Ka'anapali Beach Resort having an incredible time. One of the things that happens when Hi Now Daily travels to the neighbor islands is we get to partner with a lot of different entities, Southwest Airlines being one of them. But one of the cool things with this Holo Holo series is we get a chance to really meet some of the people behind the heart of Southwest Airlines, including Del Tawaesi, who's the station manager over here in Maui. Welcome in, Ka.
Mahalo for having me, Kainoa.
Very
Appreciate
excited
it.
to be talking story with you today, Del. Now, you're a part of the Southwest Ohana over 30 years. So how did this journey start? Began on Oahu, then mainland, and then back here?
Yeah, if I could start with this real quick, I lead an amazing team here of about 140 employees. And fun fact is 80-90% of them are local hires. Those that weren't hired locally are kind of like me. To your point, or your question was, yeah, you know, I'm originally from Oahu, born, raised on Oahu. I've been with Southwest Airlines for about 31 years now. In my 31st year, 6 years ago, came and opened up OGG here. But you know, to answer your question as well, yeah, no, after my dad retired, you know, we moved to the mainland. So Southwest has given a lot of the employees, not just myself, but the opportunity to actually come back home and work.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, with Southwest.
Very cool. Now, you mentioned as well, we've been dealing a lot with Southwest, especially with our different travels and experiences that we do with High Now. But everyone just is super Ohana style. You know, what is it like leading that team over here at Maui? And you mentioned well over 100 employees, many of which are local people in the community.
Yeah, again, you know, just amazing team. And I think and that's what separates us from a lot of other companies is our people. You know, they lead with the heart. They're committed, you know, to making sure that, you know, you get to where you want to go and on time.
That's a big one.
Yeah, and you know, just, you know, a fun fact as well, you know, we just had our senior leaders from Dallas in the station a couple of weeks ago, you know, here to recognize and the accomplishment of our employees. So over the last 2 years, Southwest Airlines has been the best with on-time performance to, from, and within the island. So, you know, that's a pretty big accomplishment for the team.
Absolutely.
You know?
And now, in addition to that, all of the work that takes place at the station, but also giving back to the community, a big kokua effort as well, because we see a ton of different initiatives in which Southwest is just out in the community supporting as well.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, you know, when we're not turning flights, working the airplane, we're alongside you all in the community. You know, we were able to, cheer on the marathon runners for the Maui Marathon at the third station. Just last week, we were able to, Southwest Airlines was a presenting sponsor for the charity walk, Maui Charity Walk. The industry came together, raised about $1 million for Maui's nonprofits. We had a lot of tote bags giveaway, prizes we gave away. About 30 of our employees walked in that. You know, just an amazing way for us to give back. And, you know, one of my, favorite ones just recently was the second annual May Day lei competition.
Right, very cool.
Competition.
Yeah.
And, it was hosted by Pu'uhona Boutique, Gemma and her team.
Yeah.
The Southwest Airlines was able to participate and donate some amazing prizes to the winners of this competition.
I mean, I do got to say as well, in the future when you do decide to retire, I definitely see Mayday model over here with in the very near future. Also as well, big time savings are coming out with Neighbor Island Travel, right? This is a crazy deal that's being offered by Southwest.
Yeah.
What's happening?
So we're launching for Tuesdays and Wednesdays, $39 fares in our island, and still 2 bags fly free on Southwest Airlines in our island for our Hawaii residents, and the surfboard's free as well. So look out for that. That's getting ready to launch every Tuesday, Wednesdays, $39.
That's crazy. So you're talking round trip for like $80-90, right?
Yeah.
That's like an entire tank of gas. You want to fill up the whole tank or just do a Neighbor Island trip? How awesome is that? How do people book it? Straight online?
Straight online, southwest.com. Go ahead and book your flight.
Right on, though. Hey, mahalo nui. What a pleasure. Thank you for having us over here, and stay with us on High Now Daily. We'll be back here live in Maui. Thank you.
My heart's like beating.
How's it, Aloha gang, and welcome back to High Now Daily. We're back here live at Outrigger Ka'anapali Beach Resort. Right now, getting a chance to learn more about the Hawaiian history that takes place over here. We're hanging out right now with Anela Benson, who is one of the people who just help us become more akamai when we step into this space. Aloha.
Mahalo. Deli na me ke aloha iau ko pakahia po o vau o Anela he ala kaima aneima Outrigger Ka'anapali Beach Resort. Greetings to each and every one of you. My name is Anela, and I'm one of the Alaka'i cultural specialists here at the hotel.
Mahalo nui, and with the hotel comes this incredible cultural space. Tell us a little bit about what takes place over there. We see workshops in the lobby as well.
Yes, so we are blessed to have the most extensive cultural program here. We're the first hotel throughout all of Hawaii to establish a cultural program. We've been established since September 15th of 1986, and in the early 90s, the Hawaii Tourism Authorities deemed us Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel, and they utilized our standards to standardize the entire industry to the point where every corporate hotel in Hawaii must have at least one cultural specialist, and we're blessed to have 6. And most of us are actually not just cultural practitioners, but most of us are actually educators from Hawaiian-based schools. Yep, so one of my colleagues was teaching at Ke Kula Kaiopuni. Another one of our colleagues who's now in marketing, she was a kumu from Ahapunana Leo.
Wow.
I'm a former kumu from Kanuoka Aina, which was the first Hawaiian charter school in Hawaii.
Wow.
So at least our malihini or guests could be rest assured that whatever we do teach them is authentic in
Authentic
nature.
experiences here, because, and it's so amazing as well, we're rethinking the way that people intake Hawaii when they come here. Over here on the table, this is one of the very old Hawaiian traditions, right, with Ohe Kapala. What's on the table?
Yes, so essentially the kapala class is one of 12 classes that we offer here at the hotel. And so kapa, of course, was the traditional cloth that our kupuna used to adorn themselves, whether or not it was for daily use or for ceremonies such as hula. And so we actually offer a 4-day weaving conference every year in September called Ka'uluhivo Olele, and kapa is one of the workshops. But for the daily classes, we skip forward to the kapala process or the stamping process, since kapa is an arduous task to make.
Okay, can you show me a little bit about what takes place with the workshop? We got a little bit of wind, so I can hold them down. But yeah, where does it start?
So essentially, we talk about the significance of designs and the whole premise of the a'ahua adornments. Then we talk about the various colors and the materials that they're made out of. Fortunately for us, most of the plants that we use for the traditional dyes are actually here on property.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of native and endemics. We talk about the different materials that we use, like the bristles of the hala plant, to ho'olu'u or dip into our vai ho'olu'u or the dyes. And then we have them practice first on napkins, and then we give them an actual piece of kapa to take home with them.
Okay, can we try one?
Yeah,
right
by
now?
all means, you're more than welcome to. Yep. So we have some of the kapala here made with the shaft of the ohe, the bamboo, and then these are made from the nodes of them.
Okay, I'll kind of follow your lead. What's first?
So you're welcome to pick a color.
Okay.
You're going to ho'olu'u or dip it in.
Okay.
Go ahead and brush it onto your kapala of your choice.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once you brush it on, you just want to go ahead and press it down and then kind of hold it in place.
This is so awesome. You know, when people get to step into the space, they're realizing, it's not just beaches and Mai Tais and all of that. There's some, it's an opportunity to share the culture and the history over here.
Yeah, and so we talk a lot about the protocols and customs and things to be mindful of, so that way they could be more respectful as malihini or visitors. And we delve down some really cool rabbit holes of history as well, too.
Yeah, and in addition to that, the many things that take place over here is the Pu'uhona keiki.
Yes.
Right, so tell everyone about that and just the tremendous effort it takes to welcome the keiki and the halal to this property.
Yeah, so every November we've had an annual hula competition called Hula Ona Keiki. This year will be the 34th, and it will be in October this year. That way it aligns to the kids' school schedule, but essentially, speaking of kapala, one of our most famous master keiki hula was actually Carrington Manaola Yap. And as most people know, he is one of our most celebrated and world-renowned artists or designers. And so his signature is using kapala in all of his designs.
Talk about full circle, That's
so
amazing,
it's kind of
Mo'olelo. And then if people want to get more information as well as in regards to the hula una keiki that's taking place, these cultural workshops. What's the best way for people to do that?
They're welcome to check us out on outrigger.com /Kaanapali Beach Resort.
Okay, fantastic. Anela, mahalo nui, and stay with us over here. We've got much more coming up live from Maui.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. Awesome.
Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Daily. Now we're ending with where it all started, with painting of course, but Jackie, I know that it takes a village to support a beautiful store like this, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to introduce your family.
Yep, so this is my Ohana, Jack, George, Anna, my husband, James.
And I heard that your husband definitely helps with a lot of the paintings that get up here on the walls, so really a nice village over there.
Yeah.
And they're of course wearing your designs,
yeah,
which is so lovely.
Thanks guys.
But okay, we're gonna get into your art form,
Yeah.
which is really where it all started. So
as you know, I love painting beautiful wahine, so inspired by you, I made a portrait of you. And because it is May, the month of Lay, we're gonna paint some flowers on you. Well,
oh no!
So I think that the first thing we should start with is maybe putting a plumeria in your hair.
Okay.
What do you think?
Wow, yes, all the pua,
Okay.
please. I love having decked out flowers.
Okay.
If not, the bigger the better.
Okay, so let's start off here. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna actually just put a white base down. And then that paint is gonna dry a little bit and then we'll go in and add the colors. So while that flower dries, we're gonna do a plumeria lay.
Oh my gosh. I kind of just want to let you do your thing if that's okay. I want it to be fully by you, but I am interested. You know, a lot of your artwork is inspired by flowers. Where did that kind of come from?
I don't know. I think just being a local girl. You know, it's like, I feel like so much of our lives growing up here in Hawaii is truly like, I spent a lot of my childhood like climbing in mango trees.
Totally. Yeah.
And walking down the street and stealing flowers from people's trees. So yeah, so right now I'm just doing the white base on everything.
Okay, and then do you have to wait for everything to dry before you layer on other colors?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But it is good to let it dry a little bit because then it all just doesn't run right into one another.
Okay.
So plumerias are kind of...
I used to have a plumeria tree growing up, so it's kind of amazing that you chose to do plumerias because I have so many photos as a little girl with like plumerias, like
Aww.
5 in each ear, like all over my head. I cannot believe you did this. This is so amazing.
Well, you can take it with you.
Thank you so much. And so let's talk about customizable art. Is this something that you do for people? Can people reach out to you?
People can always reach out to me. It all kind of depends. So a lot of, for me, it's like I have my interests and how like my art
absolutely
represents me. So I do custom work for people, but it all kind of depends. So
all right, well,
sorry,
I feel very lucky to even have something like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're
I'm gonna do kind of a little bit of dabble, and you'll see why.
Okay, okay. This is a really cool behind the scenes sneak peek of how this all goes down because as someone like me, I'm really not a good person with my hands, so it's really fun to see this come to life.
Well, it's kind of like really nervous, like doing this even on live camera, but I'm trying my best.
You've got it. You're doing a beautiful job.
Okay. So let's do the yellow next.
Okay, well we are wrapping up on our time. Almost there.
I'm gonna try to blend it real quick.
Okay, go for it. And of course, you know, we know that you're up to so much. You're going to be expanding to Oahu soon. People can also come down to your store right here in Wailuku, or of course shop online. You have over 50 other makers in your store, which is so special. So Jackie, I really appreciate you for just giving us behind the scenes look at all that you do.
I will finish this.
We'll make sure to give you the update on the final product. But thank you so much again for having us. And I'm going to toss things out. You're watching Hi Now Daily, and we'll be right back. Everything from Maui.
How's it, Aloha gang, and welcome back to High Now Daily. We're back here live at Outrigger Ka'anapali Beach Resort, hanging out with Garrett Marrero, the owner and founder of Maui Brewing Company. Welcome to the show, bro. Good to see you again, brother. Aloha. You know, every time we see you, you always bring the party. You know, we're happy to be back in the spot. You guys are coming up on 2 years in this location. How's it been for you guys?
Yeah, well, we're always about the food and beverage, right? That's how you bring people together and have a good time. It's almost 2 years here at Ka'anapali. It's been quite a change over those 2 years. I mean, we're really finding our footing here, and putting out some wonderful food, exciting new beverages. I think the thing you can't beat though is this view behind me. Pretty much every seat in the house, you're just chugging a beer, looking out at that beach.
It just kind of makes you want a Pu'uhona, you know? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, as they always say.
Always is.
You mentioned it as well. Some new initiatives for you and Maui Brewing Company. What's kind of taking place both in the menu and in the cup?
Yeah, so, of course, our company, we're doing so much on the beverage side, but Chef Jesse here at Ka'anapali is creating some wonderful food, and each location has its own nuances, but today we're featuring this ahi poke stack, one of our top sellers. It is amazing. It's got a ginger rice and a gochujang mayo. It is to die for. I think it's like almost like a musubi setting, but
that you don't want to share, but yeah.
I've had more than one of those, but one of my favorite dishes here. Another new one for us is the kabayaki butterfish. So this is like a grilled butterfish, and then it's hit with that sweet soy kind of a barbecue sauce. And then we of course have our famous New York steak wedge salad.
See, I would eat more salad if it came with steak. Right?
I know, me too.
That's a natural progression for people to make. Now we've got new menu items, also some new initiatives on the alcohol side.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking to someone today. I said, Maui Brewing. We make killer beer, I think, but it's always just been beer, right? And in just the past, say, 5 years or so, we've really expanded where we like to think that we just make what people like to drink. And so, going from our core beer portfolio and some really new exciting ones like OMG, our Orange Mango Guava Hazy IPA. That's, oh my God, good, right? But now morphing into something like, you might be familiar with vodka sodas from other producers. This is our Maui Vodka Pineapple and our Maui Vodka Mango, soon to be joined with a Vodka Guava. This is very similar to some of the 4.5% vodka-based seltzers you'd find from the mainland.
That sounds so good.
But locally produced.
How'd you decide to get into that space where you kind of see, and it's interesting now because what people are starting to drink, it changes over time.
It does, absolutely, and that's exactly what it is. We see, I'm out at a bar, at a hotel, sitting by the pool or whatever, and I'm watching what people are ordering. And I'm always a core beer guy, but I see these other beverages going out. I say, hey, we should make a local version, but make it like our way, right? The Maui way. And these things have just been a hit from the start. Feel free to open them.
I'm gonna go ahead and
really
crack
low
this
sugar,
open.
like 110 calories, under 110 calories, 4.5% alcohol, natural flavor.
Checking all the boxes, and again, made over here on the Valley Isle. We got to cheers as we wrap things up, Garrett. Thank you very much. Make sure you guys come on down here and check it out. Mahalo nui to Outrigger, Ka'anapali Beach Resort. We'll see you over here at Maui Brewing. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Aloha.
Cheers.